Right boys, hello and welcome to another video about me speaking about my life and also what I think and what I believe, okay? So this is another real talk or raw talk, whatever the fuck I called it. However, in today's video, I want to go over what two things are actually most important and what two things actually matters. Nothing else matters in your life as of right now, as a young man right now, what those two things are. Maybe there's three, maybe a class there's three. But number one, money now, okay? Ooh, no shit, Cole. Didn't realize that. However, I have, as of recent, been making stupid decisions due to not necessarily vices, but fun and going out too much and getting on it too much, drinking, and also just chasing the tings, just loving a bit of the tings too much recently, which has been dragging my attention way too far away from money and what is actually important. That is the main reason that I'm making this video, because it's not necessarily that I've reached a hard point in my life or anything like that, but it's more just a realization point of what I actually want to focus on now going forward. Now, why is there a reason that money is so important? Well, first of all, this world is a monetary world. So everything that you want and everything that everyone wants costs money. So without money, you're not going to be able to get anything. Now, whether you just want freedom, how do you get freedom? And are able to be completely yourself and do exactly what you want by having money, enough money to the point where it does not matter what you spend and what you're buying. It does not matter the price of anything, okay? So that is why money is so important. I know you are wanting freedom. I know you do not want to work your job if you're watching this video. So chasing the money is a good thing in my eyes. That is the reason why I am in the position where I am today, because I didn't really face too much hardship in my life that really drove me or like anyone really doubting me. Maybe some, but the reason that I was mainly and mostly driven was to make money, because I wanted to buy things that other people didn't have and wanted to buy things that I wanted to buy that I couldn't afford before. And I never wanted to work a job. I never wanted to work for anyone else and never wanted to be told what the fuck to do, when to do it. So how do I achieve those goals? Money. How do I get that money? Well, obviously now through day trading, now I've worked that out. Now I've got to the point where I make money from trading. So I wasn't necessarily not trading or anything like that, but more the like back end of the business stuff. So like with the mentorships, like my content, I was slacking. I wasn't building as much of a fucking empire. I wasn't putting in as much hard work since I've been out here in Bali. Now, why, you may ask? Because I got distracted, because you can go out here, catch some wines or some fit things, and it's fun. However, is that fun going to get me anywhere closer to the position that I want to be in my life? No. And that's what I've come to realization. Now, maybe I knew that, but maybe a couple times, oh, it's okay. It's just jokes. We're only going to do it a few times. Yeah, so that's why I'm really trying to dial in and focus. I'm not going to be going out every fucking weekend now. I'm just going to be trying to focus and continue to build what I've wanted to build for the last maybe 6 months. And what I have been in the process of building. So that is why. And money, I think if you're not prioritizing money right now in your life as a young man, you're a fucking idiot. Because no one is going to sit there and give you the money. No one's going to think, oh, one day, oh yeah, I just want to make Cole rich. No one's ever going to think that. No one's ever going to do that. So you as a man need to make the money and you need to be able to provide, in my opinion. And the only way to do that is by consistently and constantly focusing on money and getting that money. Now, some people think this is maybe demonic and shallow. I don't give a fuck. This is my opinion. I like money, I want more money, and that's inevitably what I want. Not everything in my life, but I want to have more money to the point where it does not matter what anything costs, and I want to be making, long term, what I want to be making, like 200, 300k a month. I think that's very reasonable. I think I'll definitely hit that. And maybe passive at some point, making that type of money. But me going out, me doing stupid things, like catching wines, like drinking, is not getting me any closer to my goals. So that's why I've not necessarily, I just realized it, no shit, I've just let myself go a little bit in terms of that. But the other thing that you need to be focusing on, because obviously money is a major aspect of your focus right now if you are in day trading, or maybe it's freedom, but how do you get freedom through money, blah, blah, blah. But another aspect of your life that you should be prioritizing as a young man, and I am not perfect. Again, I'm not perfect. Health and fitness and gym is another priority that you need to make. So I have stopped going to the gym for maybe about 2 months when I was first in Thailand, because I was more focusing on the trading and on the business side of things, which was necessary. And that was good. But now I'm out here in Bali, the gyms are much better and everyone is kind of going to the gym here. It's a lot more fitness culture and such. I wanted to get back into the gym. I realized I wasn't prioritizing my health and how I looked, which I didn't like. I started getting fatter, like a fat piece of shit, mate. What profitable day trader is fat? Maybe some, but not many, okay? So I wanted to focus back in on that, focus back in on my health, my fitness, my physique, making sure that I'm in the best shape of my life and as confident as I can be in the best shape, because being in good nick and looking good is not something that you can buy. It's not something that you can fluke. It's something that has to be earned. And I am now trying to get in the best shape of my life. So I'm doing my cardio, going to the gym 6 days a week minimum, sauna, cold plunge, blah, 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 eating 2 meals a day. I'm currently starving myself. I'm on probably about 1.5k calories a day, which is so fun, which is not fun at all. But the reason why fitness is so important and health is so important, one, because of the habits that it builds, so discipline, etc., patience, being able to go through months and months, not maybe see many results, but you're still going to see those small results. And it's not that instant gratification, it's delayed gratification. So you're not going to get those results instantly, which is why it's so important. It's the same as business. It's the exact same as trading. Maybe not all businesses, all forms of business, because some businesses, the more effort you put in, the more money you're going to make out. And that's not necessarily how trading goes. Trading is also a long-winded process where instant gratification is not a thing. So that's why the gym is really important. And also, I can guarantee that all problems aside, well, any problem that you have, if you have a health problem, a serious health problem, that is going to be more important than any other money problem, any other problem with any friendship, any of that bullshit. Health comes first every single day of the week. But maybe if you're not going to the gym and you're not prioritizing this part of your life, you should. I truly believe you should focus on money and health. And then lastly, I said maybe a third thing, like friendships and relationships. Obviously, this is important. It's not something that maybe you need to like, oh, I need to prioritize this above everything. But it's something that happens naturally when you're like a good person. You've got like-minded people around you. For me, the best thing that I ever did was coming out here, living with Berg, living with all the boys who are making money online, and then obviously being in a scenario and situation where you're surrounded by people who are making more money than you. Again, comes back to money. What else is there to think about? But money, better shape than you, better person, more in touch. That was the best thing that I ever did. And then building with my friends. Now I can call them my friends, some of my best friends. That was one of the best things that I ever did. So if you do have the opportunity to do that with your friends, go abroad, maybe it's not going to be forever. Maybe it's going to be 6 months and then you've got a backup plan in case. And that's okay. But you can go out there, give it a fucking stab, try as hard as you can to make it work, whatever you want to do, and then see how it goes. But that's the best thing that I ever did. Surrounding myself with like-minded people that just push you and continue to make you want to work harder. Because Conrad, Harv and Berg are all 21, Curly's 23, obviously I'm now 19. So obviously I'm the younger person in the group, so maybe I have more learning to do in terms of life learning, maybe not the trading learning, but the life learning and life lessons I need to go through. So it's really good for me personally being out here, living with these boys, sharing different opinions on different topics. But the reason why I think that health and money is so important is because what else are you actually prioritizing? Like, a girlfriend. Mate. Done that before. Maybe focus on making money first. Personally, that's what I thought. That's why I had a girlfriend, then broke up with her because I needed to lock back in, so I wanted to make more money. Now I just think not necessarily a distraction, but for me, it would be a distraction. Not for everyone. Some people like having a girlfriend whilst they're grinding. For me, it's a distraction. Maybe it's actually less of a distraction than going out, but that's something that I might need to see. However, again, I am still focusing and very much prioritizing my business, trading and growing and continuing to make more money and my health and fitness. But if you are not prioritizing those things, you are doing something wrong in your life right now. And I can guarantee most of you probably are prioritizing those things. But if you are saying, oh no, I work a job and I trade, I don't have time to go to the gym, I guarantee I'll work more than you and work harder. Maybe it's not as scheduled work and where I have to be told, but I still probably work more hours in the day, passive work and active work, but you can still make time for the gym. I guarantee you just wake up earlier or you go to bed later and you have less fucking sleep. It's that simple. Oh no, I don't have the time to try and make online income because This is what 99% of people sound like. And this is why if you're probably watching this video, you're ahead of most people. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I'm in the situation that I want to be. Well, I'm in a pretty good situation, but I'm not saying I've reached my full-time goals long-term. No one's saying that. I'm not sat here trying to lecture, but if you aren't prioritizing what you actually want long-term in your life, and maybe you just want to go, fuck that bitch. Because I know that was me before. Oh no, let me just fucking drop game, mate. Go out every fucking weekend, get on it. You're just wasting your life and your time if you're doing this every weekend and you're not actually building something in the background, or maybe even in the front, you're not building anything. You're not going to make any money from a fucking 9 to 5. Maybe there's some. It's not a fucking true statement. Maybe there's some jobs that you're going to make money from 9 to 5, but I guarantee I would much rather make less money and work for myself than work for someone else and have scheduled work, tell me when to go to lunch, mate, all of this shit. But these are kind of my focuses going forward in this part of my life and what I want to focus on. And if you are not focusing on these two things, you are probably not winning right now, not winning as much as you maybe can be. Maybe you've got your trading dialed, maybe you've got everything in terms of the money, you've got it there, but you're not focusing on your health. I strongly encourage you to go away and focus on your health and your fitness and your physique and building the best person that you can be. Focusing on yourself, building that best person as well as building that business that you are currently trying to build, as well as making your trading as good as it currently can be, okay? And also focus on your health. It's gonna get busy, you're gonna be stressful, that's fucking life, okay? But that's everything from me today, boys. Just a quick one on what I truly think that I should be focusing on, and I am now going to steer back towards as I kind of went on a bit of a techie one. And I would say it was a techie one. I went out like twice a week for like 4 weeks, okay? I'm still very much working very hard, but I can very much work harder. And I guarantee there are people my age in a better situation than me that are working harder and are running laps around me. So that's why I'm a lot more motivated now. But yeah, going back on that route, locking back in terms of gym, in terms of trading, in terms of building my socials and building that community that I want to build in the TTC and continuing to build that with Berg. That's the focus. That's a priority, okay? So for me, that's everything. But that is exactly why I think that you should be prioritizing your health, your fitness, and first of all, fucking money. Because that is what makes the world go round. Boom. See you later, boys.